So now just we'll get an overview of small intestine again. So we have done esophagus, we have done stomach, then after that we have done pancreas and liver. Then now today we are going to start with small intestine. So as we all know that small intestine, it is the main organ which is responsible for digestion, and the most of the digestion it takes place in the first part of small intestine, that is duodenum. So if you are talking about small intestine, it consists of first part, that is duodenum, and then jejunum, and the last part is ileum. So first of all, the duodenum, as you can see in this diagram in green color, this is the first part which is known as duodenum. It is little bit curved and the smallest part of the small intestine. Then the next part is our jejunum, which consists of 2/5 part of our small intestine, and the last part is our ileum, which consists 3/5 part of our small intestine. So first of all, the small intestine, it begins at the pyloric sphincter basically, and you can just read this slide. We have done it already. So it is about 21 feet long, your small intestine, and length is greater in males than females, and length is greater in cadavers also. So after that death, basically the smooth muscles, they got relaxed, and the folds of the small intestine, they come in a straight alignment. That's why the length is greater after death. And if you are talking about location, so your small intestine is located in the abdominopelvic cavity, and it is having three segments: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So duodenum, it is the first one, which is little curved and 25 centimeter long and shortest and widest among all three. It is retroperitoneum, peritoneal. Only your duodenum is retroperitoneal, behind the peritoneal cavity, and your jejunum and ileum, they are not retroperitoneal, but they are covered by the visceral peritoneum. So jejunum, it is the middle part. Jejunum word is derived from the empty word, so that's why at death it is found empty. So ileum, it is the final portion, which is 3.5 meter or 12 feet long, and extend from jejunum to cecum. So cecum is the first part of our large intestine and join this by ileocecal wall. So the portion where small intestine joins the large intestine, that wall is known as ileocecal wall. Now again you can see this diagram. In yellow portion, this is our duodenum, in blue one our jejunum, and in purple one is our ileum. Coming to the walls of small intestine, so there are four walls in our small intestine, four layers in our small intestine. The most important one is our mucosal layer, because your mucosal layer, it consists of your microvilli, it consists of our villi, it consists of our certain cells, glands, everything. And then submucosal layer is there, and muscular layer is there. So muscular layer, the muscles are arranged in circular or in longitudinal way, and outer one is serosal layer. So basically our jejunum and ileum is covered by visceral peritoneum, and duodenal is retroperitoneal. So first of all, mucosal layer, it consists of our epithelium and lamina propria and muscularis mucosae. So circular layers, it consists of certain folds. So these folds are there to increase the area for absorption and digestion. So you can see this diagram also. Again, this one is our submucosal layer, muscle layer, and serosal layer, and this is our mucous layer, mucosal layer. So it consists of certain folds, and these folds are having finger-like projections, which are known as villi. And above these finger-like projections, there are little projections which are known as microvilli, and in combination, these microvilli, they form the brush border of our small intestine. And this brush border is mainly responsible for absorption and digestion of many food particles. So intestinal glands are also there. So mucosa contain many cavities lined with glandular epithelium. So these intestinal glands, the main function of these glands are to secrete intestinal juices. So basically, intestinal juice which is secreted by this gland is alkaline in nature. So it helps, and as we all know that our stomach, it secretes HCl. So basically intestine, they secretes the intestinal juices which are alkaline. So it maintains the environment of our digestive tract. Acidic and alkaline both are there. So if we are talking about next cells of mucosa, so there are four types of cells. Basically, first is absorptive, then goblet, and then third one is enteroendocrine cell, and fourth one is granular cell. So absorptive cells are the main cells which are responsible for producing digestive enzyme and absorption of digested food. Then there are goblet cells जिनका main function is कि वो mucus produce करते हैं. Third one is enteroendocrine cells which produce three type of hormone, that is cholecystokinin, CCK, secretin, and gastric inhibitory peptide, that is GIP. Then next one is granular cells which are found in the deepest portion of our mucosal layer, and main function of these granular cells that they secrete lysozyme. Now as we all know कि lysozyme it helps in phagocytosis, so basically the bacteria or any of the harmful substances engulfed by these lysozymes. And our small intestine, it also consists of lymphoid tissue. So these lymphoid tissues are MALT, that is mucosa associated lymphoid tissues. The main function of these lymphoid tissues is that it prevents the entry of bacteria into our bloodstream. So basically क्या कर रहा है, एक तरह से आपका immunity increase कर रहा है. Coming to the second layer, that is submucosal layer. So submucosal layer, it is made up of connective tissues, and they in duodenum it consists of Brunner's gland. So Brunner's gland are basically responsible for secreting alkaline mucus. हमने पहले ही बात किया था कि intestine they secrete intestinal juices. So basically your duodenum part it secretes the alkaline mucus and protect acidic chyme from the stomach. Then we are also having next layer, that is muscular layer, and it consists of smooth muscles which are arranged circularly as well as longitudinally. And serosal layer, that is visceral peritoneum, is the layer which completely cover our small intestine except our duodenum, because that is retroperitoneal. And next is mesentery. So mesentery is a term basically that there is a double layer of peritoneum present at the attachment of jejunum and ileum. So that's why the point where jejunum is attaching to the ileum, that is the last part of our small intestine. So there is a double layer of peritoneum, and that point is known as mesentery. Now, if we are talking about secretions of small intestine, so small intestine they contain intestinal juice, which is clear yellow in color. 1 to 2 liter in a day is secreted by our small intestine, and pH is 7.6. Then we are also having brush border enzymes, which are helpful in digestion only, and our intestine they also secrete certain hormones that we have discussed earlier. So if we are talking about function of small intestine, so small intestine is a site at which greater amount of digestion and absorption takes place. So basically the most of the digestion takes place in small intestine, and the main portion which is responsible for digestion is our duodenum. So this was all about small intestine.